Pull up a stool, my friends, have a seat, and let's have a talk. And we're going to have a talk about 1x gearing, specifically upgrading a 1x7, a 1x7 with the freewheel, what can and can't be done. The bike I'm going to be using today for demonstration purposes is the Schwinn Huracan Sport. It's not a 7-speed, it's an 8-speed, but it's the closest thing that I have. This is brought about by a viewer comment, because a viewer commented that they have a 1x7, but they're gaining in some years, and it turns out the 7-speed that they used to could go up hills with pretty easy is now getting more difficult. Sadly, that happens. I can start to relate, but I like wide range stuff. These ProRush systems, they are a wider range, but this viewer had a 1x7. Now, usually today, we're just not seeing that many 1x7s that still have a 14 to 28. Usually it'll be like this, a 1x8, sometimes with a freewheel, sometimes with a cassette. But the thing that this viewer said, they didn't know what could be upgraded if they could easily just go buy one of those big cassettes with like a 50 tooth on the back, throw it on here, or if they're limited. And my response was, well, I have videos on all of that. But then I started looking back. I'm just going to send them links, and well, I have over 1,000 videos. Finding even how I worded that, when I looked and I was having trouble finding it, I thought maybe I'll just recap here. I do have some links that I'm going to drop in the description. A couple of them are important here because this is a freewheel, and identifying if your bike has a freewheel versus a cassette, I do have the video on that I'm going to drop down in the description. It's important because you need to know this one is a freewheel. There's no little faceplate down there, a lock ring. But if you don't know, it's kind of hard sometimes to find out. That video will help identify which you have, because that changes the options. If you're going to need possibly a new wheel, what you can even run, things like that. So look for that down in the description. Also in the description, 3x. We don't run into many 3x's anymore, but there are some, like the Huffy Rock Creek. That's a 3x. I have a video on 3x's. I'll put that down in the description and help kind of explain that and explain why I prefer 1x, the simplicity of it. Okay, all that said, here is the nitty-gritty answer for what you can and can't do. If you have, and you can count these teeth, you can mark one maybe with the Sharpie and then just start counting around. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you take the wheel off, it's even easier. But count the teeth, and you're going to count the high one. And high one to low one, well, that's kind of backwards of how you would think. Low is actually the easy pedal. And the way I think of it is low, it starts with an L. So least effort is an L as well. And high, that starts with an H. So the high gear is the hardest to pedal. So 2 H's, 2 L's. Think of it as climbing a mountain. If you're climbing up, you're working harder, 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 harder. The highest gear is the hardest gear. If you're going down the mountain, it gets easier. Get down to this flat ground. That's the least effort, 2 L's. Low gear, least effort. I covered that in a video. Might as well link that down in the description as well, since I'm linking things. But since we know high gear, low gear, start counting the teeth on what you have. And if you have 14 here, that's usually where I start counting. On this high gear, the top of the mountain, if you count 14 there and you have a 7-speed, you're almost guaranteed to have a 14 to 28 tooth freewheel. And if that's the case, then your lowest gear, the easiest gear, the least effort, is only going to have 28 teeth. That means it's going to be hard to pedal, at least going up hills. Over the years, I upgraded with what is called the Shimano Mega Range freewheel. I'll link one down in the description. Note these are affiliate links. Helps the channel without costing you anything extra. But that's the easy upgrade because you go from 14 to 28 to 32 tooth. And that 32 tooth, those extra 4 teeth, trust me, it makes a difference. Now, it's not all of a sudden going to mean that it's easy pedaling. You could go up Everest with it, but if you're struggling on a hill that historically you have been able to climb, but it's just getting harder over the years, those extra 4 teeth, a quick drop in, and they're pretty cheap, and they just go right on. Now, you actually will need a tool for that. There's a freewheel removal tool. I'll link that down in the description as well. This is what it looks like. You can pick one of those up cheap. But that combo will allow you to get off the freewheel, which I have videos on, you guessed it, that I will link down in the description. A lot of links, but it's important stuff. Again, over 1,000 videos. I don't want people to have to search through and try to pick out things. But if you only have 7 speeds and it's a freewheel and you need to upgrade, you've got a 14 to 28 tooth, That's the easiest, most budget-friendly route. Now, if you happen to have a cassette, again, you can use the video linked in the description to help identify, your options are a lot bigger. And basically it gets down into what will fit. What you can shift through and have chain clearance here at the tire on the chain stays, and what will fit back here. But usually, if you have a cassette, it's probably not going to be a 7-speed, and you're not going to be complaining about gearing. So I'm willing to bet that anyone that's asking this is dealing with a freewheel. But just so I don't keep the search deprived hanging, this is a cassette, and that's that little plate I was talking about. See there? See this? There's a little muck here. But you see that little plate? That's called a lock ring. And another way you can kind of tell is lock rings. You can see there's a cavity there. There's a little metal trim, and then there's a cavity. And if you zoom in, you're not going to be able to see it now, but if you look with the light, there's actually a nut recessed down in there. But right here, you see that the nut is up closer, and you've got that lock ring. And that lock ring will almost always have something printed on it. Sometimes it's kind of engraved in, but if you see writing, it's a cassette. And a cassette's going to help you out a lot. A cassette will give you plenty of upgrade options, but again, cassettes usually have a far easier low gear out of the gate. And most often, at least these days, at this point, unless your bike is a few years old, which possibly could be, but usually the newer bikes that we're buying are going to have different gearing than a standard 14 to 28 tooth freewheel back here. But with the cassette, you can see that's a lot of gearing. Is this even written on here? I don't even know. This is either the 46 tooth or the 50 tooth. Let me see if I can look on this. Sometimes it's stamped in here. This one's well used, so I'm going to guess that this one is, actually, let me count it. A 1, ha ha ha. A 2, okay, I'll spare you. Let me just come back. 45, ha ha ha. 46, ha ha ha. 40, oh, it's taking forever. 48, 49, this is a 50 tooth. This is actually a 50 tooth. And why was it I didn't like this box 3? Because that's pretty impressive. And a 50 tooth, oh, cakewalk. You want to talk about granny gears. Now that's a granny gear. You could probably pedal with your hands and work your way up a super steep hill versus anything else. Even the largest freewheel, which is one of these Pro Rushes, as far as I'm now, that's a 40 tooth. You can see that there. There's a 42 tooth, I believe, Pro Rush, if I remember properly. 42 tooth to 50 tooth, not even close. Now, odds are, even if it is a cassette and it's a 7-speed or even an 8-speed, you're probably going to find a couple of limits in the top gearing that you can go up to. Actually, wasn't the Box 3 Prime 9's whole big deal that even on wheels that were usually pretty limited in their gearing, it allowed you to walk up to that 50 tooth, the coveted 50 tooth, and now going past that, which is just crazy. But for a while, that was the coveted thing. Now, even more limited wheel sets have that potential, so long as it will take a cassette and not a freewheel. If you have a freewheel, you're probably more limited, but even if you are, you're probably also not going to be able to hunt down a Pro Rush. But if you have a 14 to 28 tooth, upgrade to a Mega Range is going to make some difference. I'll link you back to one of my very first budget upgrades, which was the old aluminum comp. And I remember upgrading it to the Mega Range and thinking, wow, I can actually climb this one hill out at the trail that before I couldn't do. Just that little bit, those 4 extra teeth on that low gear. Again, low on the mountain, ground level, high gear, high up on the mountain. That's the hard pedaling. So these bigger gears, the ones at the base, that larger circumference, that's the one that's going to make for your easy pedaling. So check that, go Mega Range if you can. If you do happen to have, I mean, there are some Pro Rush 7-speeds out there. If you have a Pro Rush 7-speed, those 7-speed Pro Rushes were 38 tooths, which makes me think that the viewer that commented definitely doesn't have the X. 38 tooths getting to the point that just about anybody, I mean, you know, not super easy, but doable. Comment below if you are that viewer. I apologize. I couldn't find your comment again. If I could, I would be addressing you by name. But thank you for commenting. I hope this video helped you out. I hope the links down below help you out. Help us all out. Because sometimes getting back to the basics, you know, just forget. Spend so much time going to the fancy stuff. It's easy to forget about coming from the basics and working your way back up, which I've done countless times, and I'm sure I'll be doing again, but we have so many new bikes that come with good stuff. Remember the days when we didn't think we would have an 8-speed? Yeah, grease on my finger from touching all this. But now, even on our budget bikes, a couple of them under 300 bucks, we have a Cassette. Wow, I have to clean that off. I hope this video helped you out. Comment below if it did. If you have any other questions like this, let me know and I'll address them in a video. Have a great day.